Today I'm going to show you how a 9-figure brand creates winning Facebook ads. I'm going to be breaking down how this brand uses consumer psychology to create ads that convert cold traffic into paying customers. I'm going to show you the ad that they're running right now, and I'm also going to show you the framework that they're using. I'm going to break this down scene by scene to show you how they've structured this and why they've structured it so that you can build your own frameworks and create your own winning ads rather than just copying what I'm showing you here. Because the reason why I create these videos is because I want brand owners like yourself to be able to learn strategies that they can actually take away and apply to their own business today. So before we dive in, quick background on me. My name is Jordan Hayes. I run a marketing agency. I've been doing that for the past 5.5 years. And we help e-commerce brands scale. The way that we do that is we create all the ads for Facebook, all the videos and images. We produce hundreds and hundreds of ads every single month for our clients. We also run the ads as well. So if that is something you're looking for, if you run an e-commerce brand and you're doing over 100K per month, you're looking for someone to come in and handle those areas, this is exactly what we do. And down below in the video description, the first link is one to our website. You can go ahead and book a call directly with me. We'll chat about your business and see if it's a fit for us to work together. If not, I'll give you some advice if I was in your situation, okay? And just some proof that I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. Quick refresh here on the dashboard. We can see last 12 months, over $9.6 million in revenue. We help brands scale to 8 figures, multiple 8 figures, as I mentioned. So this brand that we're going to be covering today is called Jinx. Now, Jinx is projected to surpass $100 million in revenue this year, which makes them a 9-figure brand. And they sell dog food. They have multiple different products within the dog food range. And their angle is that they use real food, okay? Backed by Chris Evans. So yeah, let's break it down. Let's watch the ad first, and then we're going to break it down scene by scene.
No one's talking about these 3 ingredients that can add years to a dog's life. Number 1, high quality protein, like turkey, chicken, wild-caught salmon. It keeps their muscles strong well into their senior years. Number 2, fresh vegetables, like pumpkin and leafy greens. Fiber for digestion and antioxidants for immunity. Basically like nature's multivitamin for your dog. Number 3, bone broth. Liquid gold for their joints so they can keep playing like a puppy. That's why I started buying from Jinx. They take care of all of these ingredients for me at a price that's actually affordable. It's made for busy dog moms. Just open, serve, and refrigerate the rest. No prep, no mess, just fresh, real food. I actually feel good about feeding him. Healthier dogs live longer, and that starts with their food. Make the switch and shop Jinx at your local Walmart today.
Okay, so this is a great direct-to-the-point ad, okay? Now, if we break it down scene by scene, the framework that they're using is an educational listicle with a solution, right? So it's basically starting with the education, like here are the top 3 ingredients that can extend your dog's life, and then they introduce the product off the back of that. I'm going to break down why this is so effective in just a moment. So we start with the hook, right? The hook is driving curiosity, 3 ingredients that could add years to your dog's life. Any dog owner probably wants to watch this. They probably want to find out, what are these ingredients? Am I feeding them to my dog or not? Okay, so very, very, very well framed and written hook, okay? I'd be very curious to see the actual hook rate on this. I can imagine it's probably around 40%. So a curiosity-driven opener immediately signals insider knowledge and benefit, right? And how to apply this? So start your ad with a what no one's talking about, right? A polarizing statement or something that gets your audience to think and want to watch, okay? But it has to be tied to what you're about to give them, right? You can't just hook someone in with something crazy and then not satisfy the hook. You're just going to get a high hook rate, but a very low hold rate. By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. So after that, it immediately satisfies the 3 ingredients. It goes ingredient 1, ingredient 2, ingredient 3. But while saying them, it shows actual turkey or chicken, right? If we go back here. So it shows the actual food itself, like the real food. And the same with the leafy greens. Now it does the same with the fresh vegetables, right? It actually shows a plate of fresh vegetables, and it does the same with the bone broth as well. And while she's doing that, she's also adding in some benefits, what these ingredients provide, right? It's liquid gold for their joints so they continue to play, all these different things, right? So it's not just these are the ingredients, it's these are why these ingredients are important. And I think that small detail makes a huge difference because the customer's actually learning why. If you just said, yeah, give them protein, give them some fresh vegetables and some bone broth. It's like, why, right? Like, what's the benefit of that? So breaking down the benefits is a key part of this. Now, the way that you can apply this to your own brand is you can share 2 to 3 secrets or must-haves your product provides, making it genuinely useful before pitching. Like, actually give value. Get your audience to learn something. That's going to keep them engaged with the video so that by the time you come and introduce your product, you still have a lot of people watching, okay? So after the creator talks about the 3 ingredients and lists the benefits, linking them back to the dog's health and longevity, then we introduce the product. Now, the product introduction is very natural, right? It's like, that's why I started buying from Jinx, because it provides all these ingredients and the visual very well complements what the creator is saying, right? If we just go to the point at which she introduces Jinx, so let's watch from here.
Playing like a puppy. That's why I started buying from Jinx. They take care of all of these ingredients.
Okay, take care of all these ingredients for me, and now watch how the ingredients are just moved to the side and Jinx is introduced.
At a price that's actually affordable.
And at the same time, introducing some features about the product itself at a price that's actually affordable. Now, like, if they were to look at their data, they'd probably have a lot of concerns around like fresh food, like fresh dog food is usually more expensive. Okay, like it just is more expensive than the processed food. And one of the concerns for dog owners is that it's going to be expensive and can they actually afford it? So by addressing that question in the customer's mind early on, then they're going to continue watching the rest of the video, right? They're not just going to say, oh, another expensive dog food brand, scroll. Like, let's just say, well, it's affordable. What is the price, right? They get them more curious. So we kind of hook them back in halfway through the video. So if we just go to the notes here, we talk about the feature, right? So it solves the problem at an affordable price and it addresses the objection. So you can use pricing to your advantage if applicable. And if you are a premium brand, you can still do this, but you don't have to call yourself cheap, right? Or you could say it strikes the perfect balance between luxury and value, right? Something like this, so that customers are not scrolling past your ad just because they think it's going to be so much more expensive than it actually is. So then we have a little bit of implied authority and credibility. Now this comes when she says it's made for busy dog moms, right? It's some authority that's coming from this woman who's a dog mom, and other dog owners that are watching this can relate to that. Also, by identifying a very specific, relatable audience, it builds more trust, right? Also, by saying busy dog moms, we're being quite specific with the audience that we're speaking to, right? So if you're a busy dog mom, then you're going to say, well, yeah, this could be perfect for me. Let me continue watching. Let me check it out. So the way to apply this is easy. Just talk directly to the audience that you want to talk to, right? Even if you feel like you're being very specific, sometimes the more specific you can be, the better your ads will convert, right? There is like a line that's drawn where you get very too specific and then you speak to like a very, very small audience. So keep it somewhat broad, but be specific to the sub-segment of the audience that you're trying to speak to. Okay, so we'll just watch this again.
It's made for busy dog moms. Just open, serve, and refrigerate the rest.
Just open, serve, and refrigerate the rest. What comes next is we're making it easy, right? It's like, okay, do I have to cook this thing, right? Because it's real food. Like, is it cooked? Do I have to cook it? Like, do I have to spend the time cooking it? And if you're a busy dog mom, guess what? You don't have time, right? So what comes next is the perfect next step, right? We're basically reducing the effort, reducing the sacrifice, and Alex Hormozi's value equation. We want to reduce the effort and sacrifice as much as possible.
No prep, no mess, just fresh, real food. I actually feel good about feeding him.
Okay, no prep, no mess, and that just goes back into the point that we were just saying. So easy use and a unique mechanism. Now, the unique mechanism, they could go in deeper into this, right? They could actually explain that the fact that it's real food, but it's already prepared and doesn't require any preparation. You just take it out of the packet, you put it into the bowl, and you're good to go, right? It takes just as much time as you would to feed what you're currently feeding your dog, but with all these benefits, right? Much healthier, all this stuff, okay? So the way that you can apply this to your brand is you can highlight 2 to 3 friction-removing benefits your audience values most. So the way you can apply this to your brand is you can highlight 2 to 3 friction-removing benefits your audience values most. Things such as ease, trust, quality, and explain how they can achieve the desired outcome without effort and sacrifice, okay? Just as what we were saying. Now, the last thing is emotional reinforcement. And this is important because it closes the loop on why someone is still watching the ad, okay? So we're just going to watch this section again.
Healthier dogs live longer, and that starts with their food.
Healthier dogs live longer, and that starts with their food. It's a very, very simple line, but if we break it down, healthier dogs live longer. Like, which dog parent does not want their dog to live longer, okay? So make sure your dog is healthy if you want them to live longer. That's the first thing. And it starts with their food, okay? So we're linking it back to the product. Like, if you want your dog to be healthy and as a result want them to live longer, change the food, okay? And this is so, so powerful. And they can actually use this as a hook. Like, if they were to test a different hook, I would test just taking that part, the healthier dogs live longer, and that starts with the food, as a hook, because that is so, so powerful. So in your ads, think about how you can close that loop, how you can remind someone why they're still watching. And then the second thing, if you can tie that back to your product as well, then it's killer. Finally, you have the call to action, which is direct, it's simple, nothing crazy. but it just says make the switch and shop Jinx at your local Walmart today. So obviously they're trying to drive more in-store purchases, right, at Walmart. So if you are in a position where your products are being sold in stores, you can still create direct response ads that drive sell-through, right, drive more purchases within those stores themselves. Now, of course, you can have the exact same ad, but just tell people to shop online. Okay, so you can, if you are in stores, you can experiment by taking your winning ads that are currently sending people to your website and just change the CTA to say shop at Walmart or shop at Target or wherever you are. Okay, so now let's go through 4 insights and action items. The first one is educational first storytelling, and this works because you're giving value first, you're building trust before you're actually introducing your product. And it makes it easier to introduce the product off the back of value. When you give value first, you have much more buy-in and much less resistance from the viewer to then introduce your product off the back of that. The next thing is tone equals authority and empathy. This is really what's coming through in the ad. Okay, so it balances the scientific credibility with emotional warmth, which is ideal for pet products, but ideal for any sort of health-related product as well. Okay, the actionable takeaway for other brands. So lead with value-packed micro-education, then transition naturally into your product as the effortless solution. This format could be repurposed for supplements, skincare, fitness, or wellness brands. And finally, some optimization potential. Like if I was to try different versions of this ad, I would show more clips or show more B-roll of the dog, right? Because the more someone sees a dog, again, the more they link seeing someone else's dog to their dog, right? The more they make that connection in their mind. And I think it's very, very important for this audience, especially when we're talking about buying products for other people. Right? If we were selling something that, where the person that's buying it is not the person that's consuming it, then it's very, very important to show the person or the thing or the animal or whatever that is actually going to be consuming it. Okay. I would go deeper into the unique mechanism. As I mentioned, they could talk more about what makes their food product different to others, because there is other products on the market that are like this, right? They have real food. It's packaged, it's ready to serve. But what makes this one different? Is it the quality of the ingredients? Is it the formulation itself? Is it the fact that they don't use any preservatives or chemicals or whatever? I would go deeper into those things to get more buy-in from the audience and decommoditize yourself from the rest of the options of the market. And then finally, I would make a direct comparison to what the dog was eating before and the problems that caused, right? You could expand this ad further and basically say, well, I for 6 years, I've fed my dog this, and then I saw this video where this stuff is actually just completely made in a laboratory, right? It's not even real food. And I was wondering why my dog had, these kidney problems and these joint problems. And now I know why. It's because of his food. And then I switched to Jinx, right? And Jinx has this and this and this. And since then, even within 3 weeks, I've noticed that he's moving a little bit easier. And maybe you can extend that timeline a little bit further and say, on our last visit to the vet took a report of his kidneys and they're actually much better. And I put this down to the food. So if you really care about taking care of your dog's health, check this out, something like that, okay? And what it does is it meets the customer where they're at, because customers are already likely using, those processed dog food products. And yeah, you just make them feel understood. And I think it's just a lot more impactful. So that's just, some optimizations I would make. And yeah, thinking about applying that to your own brand and seeing how you could create multiple variations of these ads just by tweaking a few different things, changing the hook, those kinds of things, okay? So that's it for this video. As I mentioned at the start, if you are looking for a partner to help you produce all the ads for Facebook, run the media buying for Facebook, just manage that part of the business, and we've helped brands scale to 8 figures, multiple 8 figures, even 9 figures by doing this. On another note, if you're looking more for customer retention, think email and SMS marketing. We also do that for our clients as well. We have a separate team within the agency that focuses only on email and SMS marketing, on retention, on increasing lifetime value, those kinds of things. We also have a YouTube channel that is solely focused on email and retention marketing for e-commerce brands. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that YouTube channel down below as well. But as I mentioned, if you are in a position where you're looking for a partner to come on board and really help you scale, whether it's on the acquisition side or the retention side, then we could be the perfect fit for you. So link down below in the description. Go ahead, book a call, and hopefully speak to you soon. All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video.